Hello and welcome to episode 65 of the Kicking Back podcast. Today I'm joined by Kami Kane and Joash Summers. Kami Kane is a bilingual rapper, songwriter, speaking in both Punjabi and English. And we've got Joash, who's a vocalist, songwriter, producer of Punjabi heritage, born and raised in Manchester, UK. Hello, boys.
Yes, Brad.
How we doing, man?
We're good. Happy to be here on the Kicking Back podcast.
Podcast. Mate, I've said that so many times. You're not the first one.
It's my first podcast and I'm excited.
It's cool, man. How you doing, Josh? You right?
Yeah, all good, man. Same here, first podcast. So,
sweet, man.
Yeah.
Well, you've picked the right one. It's gonna be super chilled, man. Super chilled. Everyone has a good time here. Of course, we're Sam Malik in the corner.
Yep, hello.
Hello, Sam.
Okay.
So you describe yourself as like a manager and a producer at the moment. That's your kind of vibe, isn't it?
That's correct. Yeah. So as well as everything else that I do, I manage Kami Kane and Joash.
Cool. How long have you guys been working together for then?
Well, with Kami, this is going to be... So Kami was ironically one of my a participant on one of my projects about 13, 14 years ago.
I think
as
longer,
a young person.
It might have been longer.
16, 17 years ago. Yeah. You're right, Kami, yeah.
Wait, but I thought you were like...
Listen, thank you. Thank you.
I thought you were like 20-something, but unless you were
I feel it, I look it.
So I've known Kami Kane for quite a long time.
Right, okay.
And Joash, I'll say probably about 3 years, just year of lockdown. We started working together.
Right, okay.
But I've only been managing them since early this year. And with Joash, I didn't get as much opportunities to work with him with music as much with Kami. I mean, we've performed internationally.
Yeah, we've had some crazy journeys, man.
Like doing that, what sort of
gigs. So I was a part of. So was Kami as well, part of a boy band.
Okay.
Like early days.
What kind of vibe were we talking?
So it was again, it was. I'd say it was like the UK urban Desi music scene. So we had like the Asian equivalent of Dappy from N-Dubs, and then we had an R&B vocalist from similar to like Boys to Men, Jagged Edge kind of R&B suite, and then we had Kami quite early on a garage UKG MC. That was my early days of career. We started that as soon as Kami finished one of our projects. I think it was. We thought we'll stick around with him, or he'll stick around with us. And every time we performed, Kami was I think Paris was the big one.
Yeah.
Paris was the big one. Yeah, performed in front of about 2,000-3,000 people.
Yeah. Crazy.
And because we were international artists to them, I mean, they didn't understand half of the stuff that we were saying. But because we were British and we were brown as well, so it was like, so we were in front of a big crowd of South Asians in Paris, and we were international artists, even though we were from like small towns in Manchester. That. We were MySpace big as well.
Yeah, MySpace.
I think all the bookings that we got.
This is like back in MySpace day, I guess.
I go back. I've got Greys now, so we were MySpace famous.
Wait, do we have any names for this band?
What's the name of it?
You know what? I almost don't want to quote it on record. Just because of not much things available anymore, and secondly, some of the reshares of fans and all that we've got are projects that I'm probably least impressed with.
Okay.
So
we can leave it in the past. Let's leave it in the past, boys.
But white suits, top hats, everything.
Oh, really?
Dance routines,
cigars,
for full works, man.
Yeah.
No,
so that's why we want to leave it in the past.
All right.
To be fair, if Sam wasn't here, I would have showed you.
Man. We'll have a look afterwards, bro.
We'll have a look off it. Yeah,
that's fine. So you guys are here because you got a new single coming out, and it's Rolldeh. Is that right?
That's it, Rolldeh.
So tell me about the track then. How has it come to be? Have you guys worked together before, or is this like
to be honest with you, this was the first project we actually worked on.
Okay, you started this
actually. The first meeting we actually had. We completed the song in the first meeting. I'm gonna let Joash explain the song.
Yeah, go on, man.
Yeah, so Kami approached me with this idea. Like, I've never really touched drill before.
Okay.
So Kami approached me with this idea, and he's like, Joash, I've got this idea for a song. Like, let's make a beat, let's make this track. and I want you to sing it like this. And he gave me like a little bit of like a start with the composition of like the melody.
Yeah.
And then you know, we made a beat in the studio, and you know, we just sang it, like wrote it together, composed it together. He did his bars on it, and then I came through with like this hook. And then I'm not even gonna lie, I was a bit like awkward at first, because this is literally the first time I've met him in this kind of like capacity.
Oh, right.
And
Okay.
so I was just a bit like shy, reserved myself.
Yeah.
So I went into the booth, I recorded down this idea, and I was like, you know, I hope he likes it. Like, I don't know what he's gonna think of it. And then I played it back. I pressed space bar. And you know, he starts getting up and dancing to it, and I'm like, okay, he must like it then. Like, I've done all right.
Like is an understatement.
Yeah.
I loved it. But this is it. Like, obviously, Joash first time met me, he didn't know what I was like.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Like you, he probably assumed I was in my 20s. So
Of course.
experience kicked in. So I looked in a little into Joash, and I heard what sort of sound he's got,
Yeah.
and I knew where I wanted to take that sound.
Right, yeah,
So I proposed the idea to him, and then magic in the studio. You know what? Me and him get in the studio, 1-2 hours,
You done.
we're done. Like,
Yeah.
we just that connection there.
That's a good, like, that's a special relationship to have.
It is
there, bro.
special. You know what? I love working with Joash.
Yeah,
Not
of
because he's
course,
sat here. He's one of the most talented people that I've come across.
It's a fucking good hook, man.
Yeah. I
Like,
appreciate that.
I don't understand the language at all, but I was just like singing along to it after. I was like, that's fucking, it's a good melody, man. It's a
Even
good,
the
good
bars,
melody.
like, he written it himself.
Oh,
And,
really? Right, yeah.
They're pretty cold, man.
And just to jump in as well on that, the song making process, it went through a stage of refinement as well.
Right.
There was a lot
okay.
of back and forth. I mean, we
Yeah,
were on
yeah.
like version 6, weren't we?
Yeah.
And in terms of like when you're like, because I'm always interested in this kind of like the process of it. Like when you're refining it, what kind of things are you changing? Are you talking like the production side of it, or are we talking like the bars, or like the
So-
melodies, or like what?
So like the original beat, it was mostly the beat, to be fair. It wasn't
Right.
as it was in the studio when we first linked up. So after that stage, I think we kind of took it to Sam, and he made like comments about the mix and that kind of thing. And then you know, we were just playing around with it, and
There's all the technical stuff on it.
and we added like some Punjabi like folk instruments. So there's like this little flute that you hear called algozi, and
Pull that up, George. I want to
Yeah.
know what this. How do you spell Algozi?
so ALGOZE.
Okay.
It should come up.
This is going to be a proper education for me.
Yeah.
Man. Like this is not stuff that I've.
So
like,
yeah,
looked
it's kind of-
into.
Yeah.
Two flutes that
Oh,
you
right,
play at
okay.
once, and they're slightly tuned differently to each other. But you know, I put that in, and then I showed it Kami. I was like, "Yo, what do you think of this?" And then
then
you
I
know, we
think-
both agreed it just gives it that lift.
A bit of a-
and
yeah,
like,
yeah.
and I like that kind of like Punjabi like folk touch that it gives to it as well.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
it makes it sound a bit more raw, and like you know, just gives that nod to like Punjabi music in general. And you know, just like on a drill track, I think it sounds sick. Like it gives it like some urgency to it.
Yeah.
And like you know, which is always good for like drill music and all that.
Yeah, do you remember my reaction to that when you put
Yeah.
that in? I think I threw my cap on the floor and just jumped to the
Yeah.
Yo, you mad? You mad? That was,
Did you like play it in, or did you like? You know,
No, it was
like,
just a
tap it in.
sample that
Oh,
I
right, yeah, yeah,
legally
yeah.
downloaded, and then
of
like
course, legally.
and just chopped it up to make it my own a bit.
Yeah. That's sick, man. So when do we think? I mean, the track's out, isn't it?
No?
Is the track not out?
Well, depending on when this...
I think it is out, man.
Right, so it is, yeah. So the track is out, and the video will be out in a couple of weeks. Dates will be in the description.
Yeah.
yeah.
They can find out later, but yeah.
I mean, I should know these dates off by heart, but I don't actually, because I've got multiple dates to remember. So yeah, the song's out. The video will be out in a week or so.
Cool.
But yeah, the dates will be in the description.
Sound. I think let's hear the track, boys. Let's let
Yeah.
the audience hear
Let's
it,
go
and then
for
we'll
it.
come
Let's do
back.
it.
We'll chat a bit more about it and like what's going on in the future. So, check out this track from the boys, and we're back in a second.
Hey yo, Kami Kane, Joash, Kicking Back Podcast, repping the 0161. Yeah, money, let's go. Active at a young age, stacking. Wait, no fake, no acting. Always on the madness, always on the mad thing. My team deep in the field, ain't slacking. Yeah, I've been on these roads. Too many sin on these roads. How you meant to win on these roads? Way too deep, trying to make my own. Don't wanna sin no more. Ain't got a choice how I live no more. Deep in the gutter where you know about road. All your wet mans go stick to your soaps. Don't know about life, all you know is your phones. You be swiping up, I've been slinging stones. Been grinding hard but still taking O's. You wanna break the net, I go a breaking Joe.
red lines only ye vi sade naal ni yassa. Peda thali unna nu vi rolde. अब किसे red lines only ye vi sade naal ni yassa. Peda thali unna nu vi rolde. Very पंगा ना ही लेंदे बिलो साडे नाल क्योंकि हड ते कानून असी तोड़ दे अब किसे red lines only ये भी साडे नाल नी यसा पैड़ा थली उन्ना नु भी रोल दे.
Don't talk too much, don't say loads. Make moves low key and make notes. I'm on the beat all time, I gotta make dough. What the hell else did you think I came for? I don't need no clout, I want a Range Rover. House on my name, all paid for. Had to turn up what you're saying, though. This is my time, I ain't even playing, though. Pull up on Raptors, on the squads are always a madness. Yo, my team real, not none of them actors. Them man talk, but none of them matches up. Not on the rhythm, and I know that you feeling this. Sick with the flow, the weight, I'm killing syllables. OG, shout out to my drillies, killing it hard, trying to get them millions.
अब किसे red lines only ये भी साडे नाल नी यसा पैड़ा थली उन्ना नु भी रोल दे. अब किसे red lines only ये भी साडे नाल नी यसा पैड़ा थली उन्ना नु भी रोल दे. Very पंगा ना ही लेंदे बिलो साडे नाल क्योंकि हड ते कानून असी तोड़ दे. अब किसे red lines only ये भी साडे नाल नी यसा पैड़ा थली उन्ना नु भी रोल दे. Yo. Last week, the were acting all phony. Now they wanna phone me, make it make sense. I remember times I said they repent. No, I count my stats, don't need to pay rent. Not everybody wanna know me. I got boys from Oldham to OT. Now I ain't new to the game, I've been cozy. Boy, better watch the phone, I ain't joking. Hilari na hilai, yare gille nu. Billo, pital ne asa hikka khol de. कई बंदे कहंदे मारे तेरे यार नू नारे रफला दे नाली साडी बोल दी. अब किसे red lines only ये भी साडे नाल नी यसा पैड़ा थली उन्ना नु भी रोल दे. अब किसे red lines only ये भी साडे नाल नी यसा पैड़ा थली उन्ना नु भी रोल दे. अब किसे red lines only ये भी साडे नाल नी यसा पैड़ा थली उन्ना नु भी रोल दे. Very पंगा ना ही लेंदे बिलो साडे नाल क्योंकि हड ते कानून असी तोड़ दे. अब किसे red lines only ये भी साडे नाल नी यसा पैड़ा थली उन्ना नु भी रोल दे.
Yes, yes, that was Rolldeh by your boy Kami Kane
And Joash.
live at the Kicking Back podcast, repping 0161 all day, every day.
Hello and welcome back to episode 65 of the Kicking Back podcast. You've just heard a delightful track from Kami Kane and Joash today. Well done, chaps.
Thank you.
It's an absolute fucking belter, if I may say so myself. So I was going to ask you, because I don't know anything about this kind of style of thing. So like the style of singing, what would you describe that as?
So I'd call it, very Punjabi folk inspired, but it's also kind of like my R&B, like English Western twist on it.
Yeah.
Because it's Punjabi folk is generally sung in like that high kind of range, and it's got quite those intricacies to the melodies, like. And I wanted to kind of incorporate that onto this track, 'cause, like, I think that was both our visions to have that like folk style mixed with the drill beat.
Yeah,
so,
Definitely different because you got the Punjabi side, then the drill side, and even the rapping is not a typical drill flow.
No,
So
I know what you
we've
mean. Yeah.
kind of put our own flavour on it.
Is that like something you guys have like done with other tracks as well, or is this like kind of a
100%.
first like?
100%. We're making our own style, and I don't think anyone's really doing what we're doing.
Yeah, no, I really, really dig the vibe. Is it like, I guess like notes wise is different to like Western music in it because there's like extra
so there's
steps in it and stuff.
There's 5 extra steps. I think it is 5 anyway, and also like the rhythm. Like the way we have 1 E and a 2 E and a. So that kind of style of singing has a different one, which I don't know on top of my head. What did we say? It was Takher?
Conical, Takadimi and all that.
So very similar to that, but like Punjabi folk music has that. So it has range and rhythm. That's quite a signature to its sound. And just to kind of jump on that, like one of the things that I noticed with drill music, because of the space that it gave, if you really listen to drill music, it gives a lot of space, but also the low-end melodies that it has with that kind of 808 slides. The perfect complement is that kind of singing and that kind of style of... and that's why... I remember I was involved in a small documentary a while back where we were talking about the future of drill music, and one of the things that I was saying is that we need drill tracks, in what shall I say, this thing like in charts, more palatable, more relatable, and not just used as what started off with.
Sure, yeah.
I mean, it's still got its bad name, I mean, there are people still getting sent down in court using drill songs as part of evidence, the ones that they own up to crime and all that stuff. It's pretty mad. But anyway, talking about the style of the song is, what Joash was saying is absolutely that, like the kind of edge that was given to this track was definitely those kind of instruments used, and the style of singing that Joash was doing, or even the whole song compositionally. It was something that, we're trying to call it Desi drill.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I mean, I fucking love the vibe. It's great. I'm really digging it. Well, we'll go on, Joe.
So I found something up here that's saying it's a Charl rhythm.
Is this
is what it's called? I
Okay,
believe.
yeah.
Is that? Does that sound right?
I mean, I wouldn't know the names, unfortunately.
Right,
I am
okay.
not as versed in music theory.
So I think Charl is that's the name given to a typical like Bhangra rhythm. If you're listening to like music that's played in like weddings and that kind of thing, they have that big drum there called the dhol. Yeah, so exactly that. But I think the style that we've gone for, it's kind of like, it's like taming the like Punjabi like kind of like characteristics, like mixing it a bit more with like Western music to give it that kind of like more Western sound. Like if you listen to like a lot of Punjabi artists from India and Pakistan, like they're doing drill music, but it still sounds quite like Desi and raw. But like we've kind of like done a Western twist on it. And I think our kind of like melodies and like composition and like song as a whole is kind of bridging between not sounding too Desi but also not sounding like too westernized. So I think we've kind of done like a middle ground.
Are there like other artists that are like doing what you guys are doing and kind of like mixing this kind of like the two styles together? Like, have we got any like?
If you're talking UK or talking global?
Well, yeah, I'm talking like like in the sort of the British market stuff. Like, who have we got?
JJ Esco.
Yeah.
How do you spell JJ?
Not like this. I don't think
I was gonna say like the like branching off really, JJ and then Esco. But again, like this is gonna sound as if I'm in a dig and I'm not. Like it's compared to this and that. Like, this is where we were trying to say, like, it's almost something unique that we tried to create, whether we were successful or not. Like, there was definitely original and creative ideas gone into this song.
Yeah.
Internationally, you got people like Raftar and all that. So when I was talking about those kind of style of rapping, like Raftar, literally the word means speed. And when he raps, he's got all those like your...
How do you spell rough?
RAF. TAAR, and actually he's the first time I saw doing a live drill song, performing with a Bollywood playback singer. I mean, the set is amazing. Like, they've got two producers. One guy was playing like a guitar, like a full live band playing a drill track. So if you go to Barbad, so BAR, no, with Raftar in.
With Raftar on, yeah.
I suppose if you just put the title, title of the song, BAR, BAAD, same word. AAD. No. So if you put the D and then enter, hopefully it should come up.
Is that it?
No, it's not it. That's not it. Put Raftar's name in afterwards.
That's the one there.
Right at the bottom.
Oh, it was already there.
It was already there. Scroll down, George.
Yeah, that's the one there.
This one.
Yeah.
Some of that. Oh, fucking adverts, man.
Yeah,
Do
before
you remember
that.
I mean, do you remember when there was no ads on YouTube?
I do, man.
Yeah.
And I remember someone saying, it's going to be minor, it's fine, we'll be fine.
No, they ramped it up, man.
Yeah.
They ramped it up, didn't they?
So she is a Bollywood playback singer.
Right, okay.
Definitely drill is not her thing. And then Raftar comes in. I think comes in on the second.
Can we get any audio on this, George, or can we not?
Apologies, we only got it on the podcast.
Ah.
I tell you what, though, the production value on this is crazy.
So George could tell us what it sounds like,
It
but we
sounds
can't
awesome.
listen to it, man.
But it's a typical drill track, but just
Right,
performed
yeah.
like that.
Right, okay.
When I say typical, obviously, is they've got a violin section in there. This guy's
The
guy on the left is one of the producers. He's playing like this weird keytar type instrument
Right.
around his waist.
Yeah, I'm trying to see what that is. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a big tune, this, actually, yeah.
I'm going to check this out afterwards because obviously I can't hear it right now. So
I can do a little sing-song along.
don't
with
sing
it,
along,
Sean.
George. Don't sing along.
But
man.
I was going to say Raftar comes in probably on the next section. Yeah, there he is, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, he's actually one of my favorite international rappers right now.
So is he quite like well established, like in terms of like
Yeah.
what he's doing? He's at
Yeah,
the top of his
yeah.
game.
Yeah. I mean, he's one of the few artists that from the underground urban sound of India. Because I don't know if you know how big Indian music market is.
I'm clueless, mate.
Right. Okay. So have you
I'm
heard
a
of
clueless white boy.
Have
What
you
do
heard
I
of
know?
T-Series?
No.
So T-Series is the biggest YouTube channel in the world, competing with PewDiePie and all that, right?
Okay.
And that is based in India.
Right.
They got one of the top 10 music catalogs in the world because of how big their music. They used to be called Tips. Again, one of the biggest music catalogs in the world. So each one of the times these lot release videos, you're talking like, millions of views immediately.
And is it like a label or is it like a...
So T-Series is the YouTube part of it.
Right.
Then Tips is the music distribution company.
Right. Okay.
And yeah, I mean, like in India, they're still listening to cassettes and CDs. So like the people that are music rich are cash rich as well.
Right. Yeah.
You
yeah,
know,
Interesting.
there's definitely because Sony's there, Universal is in there. MTV's in there, Vogue's in there, Rolling Stones they're all in India, so it's not just Indian people doing it.
Sure,
like
yeah.
the kind of global music market's gone in.
Okay.
It's huge.
Like Coke Studios. I don't know if you've heard of Coke Studios. So it was invented in Pakistan. Now they're rolling it out to 10 different countries.
Right.
So it's like Coke Studios. They're on season 15, I think now. So it's MTV and Coca-Cola, season 14. Sorry, and you've got some big bangers in that. Like one of the aspirations of these lot on everyone is to go on to perform at these kind of things.
Yeah, 100.
Is it like? Are we talking about live sessions or are we talking about music
Live
videos?
sessions. So if you want to watch, which Coke studio is your favourite?
I like the Art of Muslim one, but that's a bit.
Pasurio.
Yeah, Pasuri is good.
That's a good one.
Hang on.
What
Which
one is it?
ones?
What are we on? So season 14, you reckon? Or is it-
Yeah, I mean, ironically, a lot of people think season 14 is not the best. Actually, you know
Got a load
what?
of
You know
bang-
what's interesting is if you're gonna go for Coke Studio, is just looking at how big of that catalog is.
Yeah.
Each
Just
season's
loads of
about
it.
20, 30 videos,
Oh, right,
and they're
okay.
on season 14. And it's, I don't know who founded it, but it's being, I think since season 5 or season 6 onwards, it's being run by a band that used to be known as Strings,
Right.
a rock band based in Pakistan, where one of them actually wrote the theme track of Spider-Man. I don't know which one. I think it's
way.
2.
Right, okay.
So he was one of the musicians involved.
Right.
So he runs Coke Studio. So these songs are sometimes renditions of old classical, but made modern however the hell they want.
Okay.
And this is like, having 15, 20 musicians in a room. World-class performances. So going back to that point is Coke Studio, obviously. So you know, it's Coca-Cola and MTV, which he traditionally say was Western, you know, saw a piece of pie there and thought, we need to get into that. So the point that I was trying to get at is how big the market is.
That's just there. Like, have you ever come across a video that's got 1 billion views?
Yeah.
Not
I mean,
many,
Justin Bieber was
though.
one of them.
Yeah.
And Gangnam Style was the other one.
But they're all over that shit. They've just got like that. That's
Close.
Like,
I mean,
there's
if
some
every-
with 1 billion.
No, there is 1
Right.
billion.
Phil
Yeah,
Hall
you've
was
got
1
Imran.
billion, yeah.
You've got Imran Khan from Copenhagen. Is it no Netherlands?
Yeah.
Who's on 900 million views, I think.
Is it? Oh, he's close. Yeah.
And I tell you, another market is that we're exploiting. Is our market is when I say international, it's South Asian communities across the world.
Yeah.
So Canada, Barbados, Ukraine, Russia, UAE, and then you've obviously got India, Pakistan, and Bangladesh, UK. You know, everywhere that you've got South Asian communities are digging these kind of songs. So I don't know if you watched that documentary by Ministry of Sound, which was Punjabi Garage.
UK Garage. Yeah.
Garage.
So Punjabi Garage was a genre of music created in Salford by someone called Surinder Rattan, and a band RDB from Leeds, and they took Bhangra folk music that Joash was describing and made it make it garage Bhangra.
Right,
or Bhangra Garage that Kami had a piece of.
Yeah, of course.
Like one of his releases was literally called Punjabi Garage Mashup.
Yeah, and straight after, in that scene was the first rappers coming from
Metz and Trix.
Metz and Trix, which I just dropped a release with them.
Oh, sick.
And it's doing great.
They were the pioneers of that sound that
Yeah.
went global. That was going to be my point. So it went back into India, went back to Punjab, and they're like, yo, these foreigners I got this new wave of Punjabi folk songs that we need to get onto. And that's when we started noticing, like UK, South Asian musicians, that, I mean, when I say we, I was quite young then, but that the sound, they're onto something global here.
Right,
it's not just like...
It's not niche. In terms
yeah,
of like
it's not niche,
you
know, like, you know, I've had artists that I've associated with that don't want to release in the UK because they'll release over there and then it'll end up coming back
automatically,
here.
You
know, there's one artist, you know, he reached I think his third single, he was able to reach, I think 2 or 3 million views because he released it with T-Series. And he's a guy from Cheetah Mill.
So when you're saying like talking like releasing it in like sort of releasing it over there and getting it back over there, in terms of like,
I'm doing the same thing with this song, by the way.
Is that like releasing it like with a certain like publisher or whatever over there, and then it will make it way rather? I mean, so you don't touch the UK market.
When I say touch, it's just our own profiles and things like that.
Sure.
It goes but the actual the chain of distribution is, so this song Rolldeh is getting released in India and then is coming to Manchester after that. It's a bit of a...
That's clever, man. That's a good way of doing it.
And some of it comes from frustration as well, like because we're from UK or Manchester, like some of our ethnic minority communities don't get support from their own people, from their own space.
Sure.
Yeah. So, I know for a fact that the majority of the success of this song, well, when I say for a fact, we'll find out once we get the results back, is majority of the clout from this song will come from, you know, South Asia. And by the time we come in here, we'll be like, oh yeah, all right, okay, these guys are from Manchester, so what?
It's interesting because it's like it's so different to like the sort of like it's
complete opposite.
It's the opposite.
Complete opposite.
It's like harder to break in like the other side with obviously like the more like westernized styles of music. But it's interesting that you are able to essentially boomerang it back.
The peak of the scene in the UK was that garage era.
Yeah.
And then after that, it's been a decline. So this is where we are coming back now.
Sure.
The vision is to build a scene here, even if it means going through there.
Don't get me wrong. The intent is there for me, and like the you know, between Kami and me, we run a monetized YouTube channel that's kind of doing that already, and the idea of it is exactly the same, where we still want it to represent South Asian. Well, starting off from Manchester, we've got a track that Kami released with 5 other artists based in Manchester. Don't get me wrong, like our feet are still on the
Yeah,
ground.
you still want to be,
Yeah,
your base
we
is
still
here,
want to be
innit?
a man. Yeah. There's all
yeah.
that. It's just a game plan, and the formula that we're trying to work with is come outside and in, like, you know, go to the world and then come back in. It's something that I always remember, and I repeat something that my mum said about like cattle, right?
Yeah.
You know, people that sell cattle, like sheep, cow, or whatever, right? If they sold it in their own farm, it'd have a certain price. But the moment they go to the cattle market, like whether we're using it for farming or even like the butcher, the moment you go down the market, price increases.
Yeah.
Right. So talent is exactly the same as that. That from your own locality, you will never get appreciated as much as you deserve to.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Compared to if you were to go out on the market, whatever that means, you know. Like I think traveling, you know, like the moment you go on, like when we performed in Paris, like that was the kind of the first time I realized what an international
we felt
superstar.
appreciated. Yeah.
Like we were
Yeah.
getting drivers each.
Yeah, it was
So
Luxury.
No, I think me and you had to share one car,
which
and
was
then
fine.
the other artist,
It'll do.
and then the other artist that was with us, because he brought his missus with him, they had another car, and we're
Right.
talking like driving around and like running errands, and not
Oh,
only just to
sure.
the gig and
whatever we
back,
wanted,
whatever we wanted, like 4:00 in the morning, McDonald's.
I think the only
Right.
thing I bought there was fags. Everything else we were looked after.
So
Even
like,
that I had to fight with them. I go, please let me just pay for it.
So not only the riders, everything, the hospital, and I mean, I suppose they were nice people as
Very
well.
nice people.
But it was because we were international artists.
Yeah. It's so true, man. Like
And we were going from one ghetto, well, not ghetto, but from Manchester to Paris, which is not any different.
No.
You know, lifestyle. They had regular jobs like we did and everything.
I think that's more of a ghetto, to be fair with you.
Yeah, some of the
100%.
places that, I
Was
mean,
a bit
I
rough around the
don't know if
edges.
you had to go. Some of the places that I had to go to visit, like they were like the ends. Quite rough as well, actually.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
sure if you've seen, is it District 13, the film? Have you seen it,
Yeah.
the parkour film?
Yeah.
So those ends.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
and I've seen something in front of my face. We was in traffic.
Two cars hit each other.
I think he tapped him or something.
Are
There's a
they
bit
just
of road
carried
rage.
on?
There's another incident where there's a bit of road rage. So the driver got out. He just went to the other guy's car, booted his side mirror off, and went back to his car like his normal. I'm like, what's going on here?
So yeah,
Paid
so
for that,
going back to that international approach that we're doing with this song, the idea is there. So you know, it's being distributed from India out, both the music and the music video. It's on our channel, it's being
It's been marketed.
No,
out
but
that
even
way for-
this, the way we're thinking, what plans we've got in our head, it matches.
Yeah.
This is why we're together,
Yeah.
because this idea was in my head. That's
Yeah.
how I approached Joash.
Yeah.
And I don't know how long Sam's had this idea in his head as well.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
he's more or less seen us doing what he wanted to do, and then this is more or less where we all come together.
So you've got a unified vision, and,
That's
you know,
it,
and
isn't
the
it?
drive's
Yeah.
in the same place.
Yeah.
which
Yeah,
is
definitely.
cool. That's a good relationship to have. Like, you know, it's hard to find people that are always on the exact same
So
page.
we've all
isn't it?
got the same. We're on the same page, so hopefully it should work for us all.
Yeah, man. Well, I
That's the
wish
plan.
you guys the best of luck. I'm
Thank
really
you.
interested to see
Thank you.
how it pans out. I do have one more question before we wrap this bad boy up. If you could sum this podcast up in 3 words, what would it be? Kami, what you got?
Kicking back, relaxing.
Nice. Joash, what you got, bro?
I'm an overthinker when it comes to
Don't-
this kind of
just
stuff. Yeah.
whatever comes to your mind, man. Whatever floats out there.
Just chilling, talking, relaxing.
Yeah, man. Take that. Go on, Sam. Give us one. Whilst you're here.
3 words, yeah.
3 words, yeah. Keep it to 3.
a platform for everyone.
That is 3.
Platform for everyone.
I like that,
actually.
man. I like that.
Only because I've seen what you've done for quite a while.
Yeah.
And I also understand why you brought us here as well. Literally that stretch of this platform being for everyone. Yeah.
Thanks, man. That means a
You're
lot,
welcome, thank
actually. I think, you know, I'm always interested in everyone's stuff that's going on. 'Cause it's so interesting to hear everyone's like different approach, like from different walks of life, and like what's your thing. And you guys are doing fucking great. I'm definitely going to check out more.
You too. We're all representing Manchester. And
yeah,
that's what
exactly,
it's all about.
Man. That's what it's all about. It's about everyone that's working the scene, man. So, go and check these guys out online. Kami, what's your handles?
My Instagram's official Kami Kane. Twitter's Kami_Kane_.
Right.
Facebook Kami Kane. You're going to get onto that. Because you know I'm hopeless online. So, more or less, he's going to manage my socials as well.
Sick.
And Snapchat Kami Kane. Yeah.
All right, man. Joash, where can people find you?
Yeah, Instagram, joash.music. And yeah, that's all that matters, isn't it?
Sick, man.
Mine is Sam Malik Social across everything.
Nice and simple.
Yeah,
very organised. Very organised.
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram,
everything.
TikTok, Tinder. Don't have a Tinder.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, well, everyone at home, go and check these guys out because they're all amazing, creative individuals. They're going to be putting out some sick music. Well, it's already out. Go check the track out. Rolldeh, that's how you say it, right?
Yep.
Go and check it out online. The music video is coming out soon. Whilst you're out there online, follow us, Rec Rooms. We put out different artists every week. We're representing Manchester artists, and it's all good shit. We have a nice chat about things, and we find out about the creative process of different artists every single week. Thank you very much, guys, for having you on.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It really has been a pleasure, and I hope to have you on again at some point in the future.
Anytime.
Amazing. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and we'll see you again next week. Thank you for listening. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast to catch up on new episodes every week. Also, check us out on our Facebook and Instagram at Rec Rooms, where you can find out about our other exciting music series. We also have this and all our other episodes of the podcast up on our Rec Rooms YouTube channel for your viewing pleasure. See you next time.